Oh, hey, it's me again. Just back with another short mad rambling. Really a bit of a follow up on the last mad rambling that I put out, which was about belief and about the word believe. So, if you remember, I was talking about the word believe actually comes from the ancient Germanic beliba, which means to love. Okay, so it's this very simple idea, this very simple concept that our beliefs are essentially ideas and things that we have fallen in love with. Okay, so that's that in itself, I think, is pretty powerful when you take the time to really think through it. But I think what I left unsaid, and what is probably very, very important, or I feel it's important, is to maybe take the time out to wonder, truly wonder about the beliefs that you currently have. And I mean the beliefs that you currently have about life, the universe, and everything. See, a lot of our beliefs, a lot of the ideas that we've fallen in love with are they're kind of there by default. We haven't necessarily thought them through. So we have beliefs about all manner of things in life that we've kind of just adopted, whether that be from our parents, from our schooling, from our, kind of our later education, through our peer group. But we have a whole bunch of concepts, a whole bunch of ideas that we've kind of fallen in love with, but maybe it's not been a conscious love. It's not been a love of our choosing. We've just kind of habitually fallen in love with ideas. So, for example, one of the things I really wanted to suggest as a result of kind of hearing this particular mad rambling was the idea of getting out a scrap of paper and literally writing down headings for everything and anything that you feel that you want to address, just to have a look at who you are and what you're about, and do this. Okay, so for example, obviously, because I come from a personal training background, and because a lot of the people that I help are seeking health and fitness advice, it's often a natural place for me to start with many of my clients. So here's where I would start this belief exercise, this what ideas have I fallen in love with kind of concept. Write down something about, for example, at the top of a sheet of paper, put the word nutrition. Okay, what do you believe about nutrition? What do you believe about it? I mean, what do you actually believe is really, really important to you about nutrition? Okay, write down literally as many things as you can think of that you feel define your belief system around nutrition. In other words, your love system, okay, the things that you love about nutrition that you feel are very, very important. Do the same with, for example, religion. Do the same with relationships. Do the same with success. Do the same with happiness. Okay? They're just a few examples, but you have beliefs in multiple areas of your life. In fact, you have beliefs for every single area of your life. You have a very, very clearly and well-defined belief system, but you probably don't think about those beliefs very often. Okay? But once you've done that, so you've got your beliefs written down on a sheet of paper. Go back through those beliefs and ask yourself the very, very simple question. How do they serve me? How do they serve me? How are those beliefs, how are the ideas that you've fallen in love with served you up to this point of your life? So again, let's just come back to nutrition for a second, because it's a bit of an easy one, right? If you've got certain beliefs around nutrition, but you look in the mirror every morning and you hate your body, you look at it, maybe you're overweight, maybe you're out of shape, maybe you're flabby or whatever, right? Kind of, I don't know, and I don't really care. This is down to you. But you look at your beliefs about nutrition, and you look at kind of how that idea is serving you, and you see whether the current belief, or whether the current thing that you've fallen in love with is actually a useful love, or whether it's time for you to actually maybe try something new, to fall in love with a new idea. Okay, how simple is that? How easy is that? But most people never take the time to think about what they believe. Okay, they just believe it. They just go ahead kind of mindlessly believing it. Do the same with relationships. Maybe you've got a certain belief system about relationships, and you may actually find that your relationships stink. You haven't got close relationships. You haven't got anybody that kind of you feel really, really and absolutely and truly gets you and loves you the way that you'd like to be loved. But maybe that's got something to do with the belief system that you've set up around it, the idea that you've fallen in love with. Okay, so look for, does your belief system serve you? Okay, is it serving you? Is the idea that you've fallen in love with served you? If not, ask yourself this next question. What would I need to believe in order to have the result that I would like to have? What would I need to believe? Okay, and again, I don't really know. I really don't know. I can't give you the answer. This is for you to ask the question and to find the answer. But I guarantee you that as soon as you take the time to actually look at what it is that you believe, look at how that belief serves you, and look at whether a different belief would serve you, your life can and will begin to change. Okay, your life can and will begin to change, because a big part of this, a big part of actually getting to where you want to go, and ultimately we all want to get to the same place, and that same place is happiness, right? We want a life of happiness and fulfillment. Okay, well, it's very difficult to get to that place when you are living your life on autopilot, when your beliefs are so ingrained that whether they serve you or not, you're gonna fight tooth and nail to keep them in your life anyway. Okay, but the first stage of making that change, the first stage of moving on to where you really and truly want to be, is just to examine your beliefs. That's it. So at this point, I'm not even saying change them. Okay, that's completely down to you. I'm not saying change them, but I am very, very strongly encouraging you to examine them. Okay, what are my beliefs? How do they serve me? And would other ones serve me better? 3 very, very simple questions, but 3 questions that I promise you, if you ask them and take the time to answer them, will absolutely and definitely change your life. This has been another mad rambling from me, Dax Moy. I hope you find it useful, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Take care.